Welcome back to the series of sessions on advanced concrete technology. We were discussing module 1 cements. Today we will discuss properties and test of cements. Testing of cement can be of two categories, field testing and laboratory testing. Let us discuss some of the field testing methods. For the cement to be of good quality, when we open the packet of cement, it should not contain visible lumps, as well as the expected color of the cement is greenish grey. On putting hand into the cement bag, it must give a cool feeling. Also, when a pinch of cement is felt in between the fingers, it should give a smooth and not a gritty feeling. When a handful of cement is taken and thrown on a bucket of water, the particles of cement should float. Take 100 grams of cement and add a small quantity of water to make stiff paste. Then pat a cake with sharp edges. Transfer this into a bucket of water. Keep it there undisturbed for 24 hours. If its original shape is retained and it also started setting, it is considered to be of good quality. Laboratory tests can be conducted as per IS specifications to ensure physical and chemical properties of cement. The following tests are usually conducted in the laboratories: fineness test, setting time test, strength test, soundness test, heat of hydration test, and chemical composition test. Let us discuss fineness test. Fineness test gives us an idea about the fineness of cement sample used. Particle size of cement affects the hydration rate and which will in turn influence the strength gain. Smaller the particle size, greater the surface area to volume ratio, and thus the more area available for water-cement interaction. Increase in fineness of cement is also found to increase the drying shrinkage of concrete. Now let us discuss the procedure of fineness test. Take a sample of around 100 grams, remove the lumps if any, then put it in 90 micron IS sieve and sieve it for 15 minutes. After that, calculate percentage weight of residue, that is, weight of the sample retained on the sieve divided by total weight of the sample into 100. It shall not exceed 10%. Now let us discuss setting time test. It is the time required for stiffening of the cement paste to a defined consistency. It is indirectly related to the initial chemical reaction of cement with water to form CSH compound. There are two types of setting times generally discussed: initial setting time and final setting time. Initial setting time is the time when the paste starts losing its plasticity. It is around 30 minutes. Final setting time is the time at which cement completely loses its plasticity or it becomes hard. For OPC cement, the final setting time is around 600 minutes. However, the initial setting time and final setting time varies depending upon the type of cement. The Vickett apparatus is used for this test. Let us discuss the procedure for initial setting time. Here, cement is mixed with 0.85 times the water required for standard consistency. So first of all, let us discuss what is standard consistency. It is the consistency at which the Vickett plunger having 10 mm diameter and 50 mm length penetrate to a depth of 30 to 35 mm from the top of the mold. We have already seen the Vickett apparatus. There, the plunger used is having particular specifications for conducting standard consistency test. So we get a percentage of water for which the requirement is achieved. For initial setting time, 0.85 times the standard consistency water content is added to cement. Then, as per Vickett test, the time elapsed since the addition of water to the time at which the needle cannot penetrate to 5 to 7 mm from the bottom of the Vickett mold is considered to be the initial setting time. Final setting time is determined using Vickett apparatus with the needle having annular collar of 5 cm diameter. As per Vickett's test, the time elapsed since the addition of water to the time at which the needle with annular collar can only make a mark on the hard cement surface is considered as final setting time. Let us discuss a strength test. As we all know, cement is stored in cement bags of 50 kilograms. It contains fine powders of the size 90 micron and lesser. If the cement powder comes in contact with the moisture in the atmosphere, there is a possibility that cement gets hydrated. Such hydrated cement cannot contribute to the strength of the concrete in which it is used. Hence, it is always recommended to conduct a strength test for the cement samples. Strength test of cement is carried out on cubes of hardened cement sand mortar. The strength of the cubes depends on water cement ratio, cement sand ratio, type of grading of sand, manner of mixing, size and shape of specimen, curing conditions, rate of loading, and age of testing. Soundness of cement refers to the ability of hardened cement paste to retain its volume after setting without delayed destructive expansion. Thus, delayed destructive expansion is caused by the excessive amount of free lime or magnesia. Soundness test of cement is done to ensure that cement does not show any expansion after hardening and to find out the uncombined lime in cement. This is the Le Chatelier's apparatus used for the soundness test. The Le Chatelier's apparatus consists of a small split cylinder of diameter 30 mm and height 30 mm. On either side of the split cylinder, there are two parallel arms of length 165 mm. Now let us discuss the procedure for soundness test. Before performing the test, calculate the standard consistency of cement. Then add 0.78 times the water for standard consistency to the cement and make a paste. Lightly apply oil on the Le Chatelier's mold and the two glass plates that is to be placed on bottom and top of the mold. Now pour the cement paste into the mold and cover it with the glass plate and place some weight on it. Now submerge the whole assembly for 24 hours in water bath at a temperature of 27 degrees Celsius. Remove the entire apparatus from water and then calculate the distance between the two indicator points as L1. Again submerge the whole assembly in water bath at a temperature of boiling for about 3 hours. After completion of 3 hours, remove the entire assembly from water bath and measure the distance between the two indicators and note it as L2. Soundness is L1 minus L2 and it should not be greater than 10 mm. Now let us discuss heat of hydration test. The reaction of cement with water is exothermic and hence it liberates considerable amount of heat. This can be easily observed if the cement water paste is placed in thermos flask. It is estimated that about 120 calories of heat is generated in hydration of 1 gram of cement. The temperature rises about 50 degrees Celsius in case of mass concreting. One of the methods to reduce temperature during hydration is the use of low heat cement. When tested in standard manner, the heat of hydration of low heat Portland cement shall not be more than 65 calories per gram at 7 days and 75 calories per gram at 28 days. Coming to the chemical composition test, ratio of the percentage of lime to the percentage of silica, alumina and iron oxide as shown in the equation is called saturation factor percentage. Its value should be greater than or equal to 0.66 and it should be less than or equal to 1.02. Every cement company is continuously testing the cement manufactured in their factory. They keep a good record of both physical and chemical properties of the cement manufactured there. They also issue test certificates for each batch of cement. Here you can see a sample test certificate for 53 grade ordinary Portland cement. Here both the chemical properties as well as the physical properties are listed. In chemical properties we can see the ratio of the lime to the silicon, aluminum and iron compound as 0.88 and we can also see the other chemical properties such as insoluble residue, magnesia, sulfuric anhydride, total loss of ignition, total chlorides, etc. In addition to that, we can see the physical properties such as fineness, standard consistency, setting times, initial and final, then soundness, compressive strength, and the percentage of performance improvers such as limestone, fly ash, granulated slag, etc. added to the cement. Let us now just summarize that we have discussed in this lecture. We have discussed both field testing methods and laboratory testing methods of cement. 5 different methods for field testing as well as 6 different methods for laboratory testing has been discussed. The tests based on IS code specifications are to be conducted in order to ensure the quality of cement used in concreting. That's all for today. Thank you.